I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
She is without any medicine. She needs it to survive. And she needs it not to suffer.
Today's show host Savannah Guthrie and her brother and sister put that video on social media.
We love you, Mom.
Love you, Mom.
We love you, Mom. Stay strong.
Nancy Guthrie was kidnapped over the weekend from her home in Tucson, Arizona.
We, too, have heard the reports about a ransom letter in the media. As a family, we are doing everything that we can. We are ready to talk.
Asking for proof from whoever took her. The 84-year-old mother is still alive. Fox's Lisa Cunha is in Tucson.
The investigation is about to feel the full force of the federal government's investigative powers. President Trump posting on social media last night, quote, "I spoke with Savannah Guthrie and let her know that I am directing all federal law enforcement to be at the families and the local law enforcement's complete disposal immediately."
And we'll hear from President Trump later this hour at the National Prayer Breakfast. And Fox's Jackie Heinrich reports.
The White House says President Trump has made strides to protect Americans' God-given rights and also his promise to reverse Joe Biden's policies that weaponize the government against people of faith.
The president tells NBC News after all the anti-ICE protests in Minneapolis, angry about immigration enforcement.
Maybe we can use a little bit of a softer touch, but you still have to be tough. These are criminals. We're dealing with really hard criminals.
There has been a drawdown of 700 federal agents from Minnesota. The president also says ahead of direct talks with Iran tomorrow, the supreme leader should be very worried with U.S. military ships in the region that he could take action like last year's bombings if Iran doesn't make a deal.
If we didn't take out that nuclear, we wouldn't have peace in the Middle East because the Arab countries could have never done that. They were very, very afraid of Iran.
Yeah.
They're not afraid of Iran anymore.
America's listening to Fox News.
This President's Day, Pure Talk is honoring Jackson and Lincoln by offering unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month. Meanwhile, Big Wireless is honoring Ben Franklin by charging families hundreds of dollars for the same 5G coverage. What? Franklin wasn't even a president. Hang on to those Benjamins. Dial pound 250, say micro, and save 50% off your first month. That's pound 250, micro, to switch to an American wireless company that's truly unprecedented. Pure Talk.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
While immigration enforcement remains under scrutiny in Minneapolis and other cities, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem went to the Arizona border, touting not just an end to the Biden-era surge of illegal crossings.
Customs and Border Protection has recorded the lowest number of encounters in the agency's history in 2025. Daily encounters have fallen by 95% over the last year.
Some in Congress have called for Secretary Noem to lose her job over the ICE controversy, and there's a fight over funding for her agency, which only got 2 weeks' worth of money in the bill that ended the partial government shutdown this week.
Democrats are looking to send a proposal to their Republican counterparts on a deal to fund the Department of Homeland Security. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries claims leadership in both the House and Senate are unified in their message.
ICE is completely and totally out of control.
Democrats are pushing for judicial warrants, masks to come off, and want people to have the ability to sue ICE over misconduct. Republicans have a number of issues with what Democrats are proposing, believing it could put agents in danger and hurt their ability to arrest dangerous criminals. DHS funding runs out next week. On Capitol Hill, Ryan Schmelz, Fox News.
A shooting in Arizona led to something even worse, a helicopter crash.
The pilot and a trooper who was a paramedic were killed in the crash in Flagstaff, the only two people on board. They're with the Arizona Department of Public Safety, providing air support during an active shooter incident. That suspect is in custody, wounded in a shootout with law enforcement before the crash. No one else was injured. Police had asked people in the neighborhood to stay inside during the investigation and for others to stay away. There will be a federal investigation into the cause of the helicopter crash. Chris Foster, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures aren't moving much ahead of the opening bell this morning. Breaking news out of Italy on day 2 of the Winter Olympics. Ahead of the opening ceremony tomorrow as the women's hockey tournament starts, Finland's game against Canada has been postponed because Finland's roster has been depleted by a stomach virus. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. When you drink out of a can, you usually just toss it, but not the students at one school in Tuscola. They're doing what's called the Pop It and Drop It Challenge, all for a good cause. You might think they are garbage, but the students at East Prairie Middle School, the Pop Tabs from Cans are Hope. It's for the Builders Club program where they work on life skills. Early voting begins in Illinois today for the March 17 primary. In addition to today being the first day of early voting, mail-in ballots will be sent to voters who have requested them. You can register to vote at the early voting center. You'll need 2 pieces of ID to do so. Illinois lawmakers and advocates renewing their push to lower drug prices by regulating 340B contracts. Many believe the federal program limits healthcare organizations and hospitals from providing discounted medications. The drug pricing program created in 1992 to improve access to care at safety net hospitals and clinics. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Joe Miller.
Second day in a row, I've been totally sidetracked by the last story of Fox News.
Right.
I mean, I was talking about curling, and it's essentially shuffle ice. You shove a little thing, and anyway, curling is a very unusual. Started a long time ago, but then they got it back in the 20th century. Anyway, so the story, Greg Solier, meteorologist, is that the Finland team has been decimated. Is it Finland? Has been decimated by stomach virus. The women's hockey starts today.
Right.
And so they're postponing their match because they're sick.
Right.
And to me, it's like, wait a minute. That's horrible.
I know.
But do you start that?
Right.
The person doesn't have to do the long jump because she tweaked her ankle and needs to wait a few days. You don't do that. Your time is your time. It's horrible. It's like when Io DeSumo got his nose broken at Michigan State, I had to postpone 4 weeks of games. Said, I'll come back to you, but my guy's hurt.
Right.
That's not how it works.
Don't you have typically depth on teams? You know,
well, it might be they couldn't have played or played sick or whatever it was.
No.
I understand. It's a horrible thing because you're at the Olympics.
Right.
But if you're gonna, it's like if you want to start that.
Well, and Lindsey Vonn last week, she tweaked, had that accident in Switzerland, and she was supposed to do some things very soon, but the weather's been bad, so they postponed that. So she has a couple of more days for
because of the
healing.
weather.
Yeah,
weather. That's a break for Lindsey.
Right. That's right.
She's probably going to be limping. She probably already is. She's going to keep going.
I know it.
She tore a bunch of stuff in her knee,
and I guess she'll tape it up. I don't know.
I mean, take a shot or something.
At the age of 41, figure skating and ice hockey is all going today.
Yeah, it's all good.
Opening ceremony tomorrow.
Somebody is sick and they want to wait to do their figure skating tomorrow. I don't know if you do that. We had Mike Ditka in town, the great Mike Ditka.
Of course, yeah.
And our friend, childhood friend Griffin Warmbier, wanted an autograph with Coach. There are 550 people in the room. And I said, Coach, could you just slide a little in and sign this for Griffin?
Right.
And he looked at me and he said, that's fine if you want to start this.
Right.
Because 550 people looked like they were talking to each other when in fact they were watching Coach.
That's a lot of sliding for him.
When he signed the one autograph, 90 seconds later, and I'm serious, a woman was sitting on his lap. The whole thing descended. Oh, he's signing.
Like, okay,
he's signing.
We're going.
He's signing.
See what you started?
The gates are open.
But he just amazing. It's fine if you want to start that.
Right.
He tried to warn me. And by the time we took him out, I had to get 5 wonderful police officers to surround him.
Yeah.
And as we were walking down the I Hotel, footballs were coming out of the wall with arms. I've never seen anything like it. It's just unbelievable. Anyway, good for the Finland team getting a respite, but I don't know if you start that, if you want to start that.
Right.
All right, meteorologist Greg Solier, 7:09. Great Illinois win last night. A stunning
40-point victory margin.
You don't beat anybody by 40 in the Big Ten Conference. That was just, Illinois was unbelievable.
Right.
Weather brought to you by the Urbana Park District.
Reminding you're looking for a side hustle or want a gig for a young person in your life and get them on the right track. So you can go to urbanaparks.org and find out about all kinds of opportunities for summer help.
Well, my car thermometer said 9 above as I drove in this morning.
Feels a lot better.
Things are coming to the right direction, maybe even by next week, sir. What do you think, Greg?
Yeah, well, that was pretty much the story. Yeah, a few hours ago when we opened up the old weather factory, we were at 9 at Willard and Savoy, down towards Arthur right now, still holding at 9, 10 down the road here from Philo over to Sydney, and parts of Vermilion County to the east, readings into the low to mid-teens. So colder morning like we talked about, and even a little colder where there's a more dominant snowpack and snow cover. We've kind of eased it down, melted it down, sublimated it down, but where it is still thick and bountiful across Indiana, southeast Indiana, Ohio, northern Kentucky, they are either side of the zero mark there this morning. Meanwhile, temperatures have popped into the 20s at the Mississippi on westward, 30s and 40s already on the plains, and between a little warm front has some snow shower and flurry activity already showing up from about the Macomb area up towards Rockford and into southeast Wisconsin and north of Chicago. So that stuff will be coming our way this afternoon. A few snow flurries, even a little steadier snow shower that could conceivably coat the ground or existing snowpack over just a wee bit. High temperatures for the day today start the moderation in readings at 27 on an increasing west-southwesterly wind. Still a lingering snow shower or flurry this evening, in particular southwest wind gusty 25, and rising temperatures should be right around freezing tomorrow morning, then 38 later in the day with maybe a snow shower or a spot of freezing rain early and maybe a sprinkle and snowflake late in the day. That brings about some colder air tomorrow night, low back down to about 12, and a partly cloudy colder Saturday at 27. But then Sunday we pop. It's a roller coaster ride. 36 on Sunday, Monday 41, 47 Tuesday. Not completely on board with 50-degree weather, but still close to 40 next Wednesday and Thursday. Some rain across the area and a downward trend on temperatures. Back to colder as we approach the mid-stretch of the month of February. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. ESPN 93.5. I am Stevie J. That is Diane Ducey.
Good morning.
That was Greg Solier, and he'll be back next hour.
Oh, it's National Weather Person's Day today,
Oh,
too.
darn it.
Okay, we'll have to get that next one.
Yeah. Do
next
we have
hour.
Need to do something
I
for
know,
Greg.
I don't know what that means.
National Weather Person Day.
A nice verbal pat on the back.
Yeah. All right, Illinois dominating Northwestern. We were a big favorite, like 15.5, but the game was, 5-5, and then after that, it wasn't. We went on a, 14-0 run? It was just Ben Hummerkaus came in and hit 3 threes in a row. And the team just has a whole lot of weapons. I mean, that's all you can say. We just got different people. Andre Stojakovic.
This is for both of you. Andre, if you want to start, just first 4 minutes, they seem to, disrupt you a little bit, and then you guys had answers. So what makes this offense so difficult to figure out solutions for?
Just having multiple threats on the court at once allows us to play with a certain freedom and trust. So sharing the ball like we did tonight and keep progressing in that aspect of the game just gets us open looks.
David, when everybody's seemingly making shots, what's that sense like on the court where maybe it doesn't matter who it goes to, that it's going to go in?
I mean, our team is full of great shooters, and it looks pretty beautiful when we make all the shots, and game is flowing, it's all smooth, but still sometimes happens that someone not gonna make shots, and then we gotta find a way to win with crashing the boards, get as much offensive rebounds, second chance points, and I think that's the key.
Yep, it was David and
Andre.
David and Andre.
Uh-huh.
It is just. And then the shot before halftime, what was that? Coming down to it, 5, 4, 3, and here comes Keaton Wagler, and he throws one up past half court and it banks in. And the reason it felt late is the shot clock wasn't reset, and the horn went off. So that was the shot clock horn, not the game horn, because everyone's jumping up and down. Wait, I said that's late, and then they showed it, and he had it out of his hand with .2. And it was clearly on time, but to bank in a past half court to get us to 47 points, what was it, 47-19? Unbelievable.
Right.
So just a really, really, really good one.
We had this 33-4 run in that first half.
Oh, my goodness.
It just took off.
It was really fun.
Close the night, we made a few shots. I thought that, their defensive plan early was taking Keaton out of the game and trapping him, and took us a couple, 2 or 3 possessions to kind of acclimate and get our spacing right. But I thought our ball movement, I thought our we call it 0.5 basketball. Our unselfishness was very good on that end. But more importantly, the job that Merck, Z did on Martinelli, the attention to detail on that end. I thought every shot was contested. We talked a lot about kind of winning the battle within, 4 or 5 feet of the rim. They had 22 second chance points in the first game, and I thought we did a much better job of controlling the lane and then challenging shots. And then I thought Andre was really impactful tonight on Reed, making his shots difficult, and so all in all, a good night. The offensive side was nice because we made some shots when we didn't in Lincoln, but we'll take that and keep building, and really impressed on the defensive side tonight.
I mean, they just dominated 84-44, 84-44,
holding Nick Martinelli to 4 points.
That's unbelievable. Chris Collins after the game was saying, Illinois is a better team than we do this year, better players, better coaching, better just and kind of laughed.
I mean, what can you do?
Not much. There's not much, and you just look at our lineup. Which of the Efesiches are you sleeping on? And Tomislav, I've never seen him so jacked up.
Right.
Some words of probably not support were coming from some Northwestern players, and Tomislav kind of got into it, and then after he blocked the kid's shot, he kind of went at him, jawing, which is a technical foul. So technical on Tomislav, and he sat for a little bit, and yeah, it was just a great. But notice how one thing about Brad Underwood, very even keeled.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was asked later, Coach, what are you why national championship? Keaton, the player of the year.
Yeah.
He said, we tell our team, don't drink the poison.
Right. One game at a time.
And then Michigan State went to Minnesota.
Yes.
They were down 16 points with 2 minutes to play and cut it to 2.
Well, and I know. The final was Minnesota on top 76-73 for number 10 Michigan State, who we play next Saturday night at 7.
Well, you might have a little bit of a dirty player problem up there.
That's Jeremy Fears Jr.
Jeremiah Fears.
I thought it was Jeremy. But,
I thought it was maybe his brother's Jeremiah.
So in any case, Tom Izzo even said, has to grow up a little bit. And talking about this technical foul, that was kind of a key pivotal point there in the stretch.
I think he was walking ahead of the kid and swung his foot back right in the groin.
Right.
It's a flagrant.
I mean,
and then
fouls.
he tripped another guy again.
Right.
So we got to.
And, we heard comments from the coach against Michigan State earlier this week that was calling out all
Maybe
this.
it is Jeremy Fears. Jeremiah Fears is another player, his brother. So Jeremiah, I think, plays somewhere else, but Jeremy Fears from Michigan State. So all I want is for us to go play basketball. I don't want to get in a fight.
Right.
I don't want dirty play.
You're bringing up the IO stuff last time we talked about this.
They're going to be in a bad mood. Just don't play dirty.
Right.
All right, we check your weather brought to you this morning by Carl.
Reminding you that Carl knows life is unexpected when it comes to your health. You can get everything from convenient care to advanced diagnostics and learn more at carl.org.
Yeah, bummer. John Decker, I'm happy he's at the prayer breakfast with the president, but he can't be on today. So that'll be next week. All right, 7:18.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana vicinity. Some ups and downs on temperature. No extreme readings expected. We'll get into a more significant thaw next week and a more active weather pattern as well. In the meantime, a little patchy freezing fog around this morning. Mostly cloudy skies. A couple of snow flurries this afternoon. Even a snow shower or two that could coat the ground over in some areas from Champaign on northward. High temperature up to about 27 on an increasing west-southwesterly wind. For tonight, not as cold, mainly cloudy. A few snow flurries around. Southwest wind 10 to 20 miles per hour. Temps to about 25, then rising after midnight to a high tomorrow at about 38 with a cloudy day's worth of weather and maybe a spot of freezing rain, perhaps even a snow shower in the morning and sprinkles and snowflakes in the afternoon. Winds will shift westerly at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Winds drop tomorrow night, colder down to around 12, partly cloudy 27 on Saturday, but will bump to the mid-30s on Sunday, low 40s on Monday, upper 40s on Tuesday, highs just north of 40 Wednesday and Thursday, and some rain in the forecast. For CVJ Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
This is the Our Idea is Ready to Launch vision. This is the Create Great Jobs vision. This is the We Need More Space vision. This is Busey. where your business visions become realizations. Through securing capital for growth and comprehensive strategies that ensure a prosperous future, because thriving businesses mean thriving people and thriving communities. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Member FDIC.
I'm Charles Payne, and this is the Fox Business Report.
You may want to avoid checking your 401k balance today. It could be another rocky trading day on Wall Street. Futures are down across the board. Bitcoin is also off about 3%, while precious metals continue their decline. Amazon will report earnings, but that will come after the closing bell. Peloton reports declining subscriptions led to falling revenue as the company's chief financial officer exits. Shares are off this morning in pre-market trading by 10%. As expected, the Bank of England leaves its benchmark lending rate unchanged. And the retail operator of Eddie Bauer expected to file for bankruptcy and close all North American stores of the outdoor retailer. Catalyst Brands also oversees Lucky Brand, Aeropostale, Nautica, and Brooks Brothers, though they are not expected to be impacted. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Frank Lanza, invested in you.
I'm Charles Payne. Listen to my Unstoppable Prosperity podcast so I can get you making money right now. 35 years on Wall Street taught me how to successfully invest in the stock market. In my 4-part series, I'm going to teach you too. Some of Fox Business's finest join me to help tell my story, impart crucial lessons from my Unstoppable Prosperity book, and to give you the tools to achieve your own financial dreams.
Listen anytime, everywhere at foxbusinesspodcast.com or wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.
Stevie J here. With Nate Evans of eXp Realty, you'll always get a stress-free sale for the most money.
Sell your home with Nate. Pick the price, pick the day. Go to thenateevansgroup.com.
Jesse with Lands Drain Cleaning. Do you have your sewer line cleaned every year? Are you constantly getting roots or blockages? Why deal with that headache year after year? Call Lands Drain Cleaning today at 217-355-5512 to have our expert staff come out, clean your line. We give you a free camera inspection, show you what's wrong, where it's at, and then we can offer you a repair for that problem so you don't have to deal with it again. Lands Drain Cleaning. Why call anyone else?
Progressive knows there are some surprisingly expensive things in life, like frames, because you found a classic 70s concert poster. But when you went to get it framed, you realized the frame will cost about 4 times the amount of the poster, which is actually absurd because no one will be looking at the frame, and if they are, then you severely overestimated how cool this poster is. But then you remember by switching your home and auto to Progressive, you could save hundreds and put it towards a classic 70s concert poster in an absurdly overpriced frame. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
If you've been dreaming of a new home or thinking of ways to make your home all it can be, dream no more. Fisher National Bank works every day to help turn dreams into a reality. With experienced mortgage lenders, competitive rates, fast approvals, and local servicing, their mortgage experts will guide and support you throughout the process. Start your journey today at any location or start the application online at fishernational.com. They can't wait to welcome you home at Fisher National Bank. Exceptional communities, equal housing lender, exceptional people, member FDIC.
Whole Savannah Guthrie's mom is just captivating the country. The president called the NBC morning host on the Today Show and said the full weight of the government and our DOJ, Department of Justice, is at your disposal. Country has grabbed hold of this story. And because John Decker's at the prayer breakfast with the president this morning, I'm going to play the Guthrie's appeal last night. It's like 3-4 minutes. And you just see you don't even recognize Savannah, because before you go on television, you kind of do your hair and your makeup, and the mascara makes everything pop.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyway, she doesn't look like Savannah Guthrie. She's just a woman who's distraught as anyone would be.
Oh, my goodness.
It is just, and again, we're talking about an 84-year-old woman with not a great heart and got health problems. Without a medicine, she dies. The medicine was left, so I can't imagine whoever would do this would have access to the medicine she needs. So it's not good, obviously, and it makes me go, I try to be calm and a man of God, and boy, you go from 0 to 60 and what you want to do to people that would do that. It's just despicable. It's horrible. It's an 84-year-old woman living alone.
Right.
84-year-old woman. So they're doing a press conference later, and, I don't get the ransom note. So reportedly is out there. Well, why doesn't the Guthrie family know? They've heard that there was a family. So there's a whole lot of questions, but not a lot of answers. So we'll play that coming up after the news here at the bottom of the hour. Before we get to that, Brett Bielema, our Illinois football coach, met the media yesterday and talked a little bit about
recruitment.
Got 3 new signees.
Right.
And
really good class. I saw ESPN had it. It says number 24.
Which is amazing. Probably one of our best classes. But then you look up at the other Big Ten teams, and I don't, we're 5th, 6th, 7th. You got Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State, Oregon, blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
So we did well. We coach them up. He talked about the coaching vacancies, I think 3 or 4.
Right, and teasing a new scheme for our defensive coordinator once he's hired.
The first kid the second kid he talked about was a kid from Byron that played Unity.
Yeah.
He was the kid that very, very dominating high school football player that Brett started at Iowa as a player with his dad.
Oh, wow.
So we had that connection. So here's Brett Bielema talking about the kid from Byron.
Next guy was Caden Considine from Byron, Illinois here. Kind of fun story, right? Obviously, lots been written and said about his dad and I crossed paths at the University of Iowa. Both started as walk-ons there. Was able to share his journey as a coach and appreciate what it did, but then saw him become an NFL player to the highest level. Then when Caden's name came up, of course, I knew that name 2 or 3 years ago when it first popped up. But then this year to see him win a state championship, just absolutely awesome to see. I'm a big believer in DNA and what that means. And Caden took over a state championship game. Came full circle the other day after Caden announced. Bobby Busboom reached out to me, and her dad was the head coach at St. Joe, who lost to Caden's dad, Sean, in a state championship game on Memorial Stadium, St. Joe versus Byron. That his dad rushed for a bunch of yards in that game and won a state championship, and now to see Caden come to that. We're actually going to start him on the defense side of the ball. Just a super athletic kid with great football IQ, awareness, and understanding. So excited to get him in the program. And
I think he's starting at safety. I think he's going to start defensively as a safety.
Okay.
But he must be, because I thought of him as kind of a big guy, and I think he is kind of large, but he's super fast and quick, I guess.
Sure.
All right, so what about this Aaron Henry replacement?
Right.
Apparently, Brett said he can't talk about it till after the Super Bowl.
That's right.
So one would think the guy's on the Super Bowl.
It makes you wonder.
Well, and remember, Brett was working with Bill Belichick in New England. So my guess it's somebody in New England. I don't know who. But
and he wants that person to run it. And he also said, I've got this package I've been intrigued with, especially in the NFL.
No, he wants to be the CEO. To me, it indicates that he worked a lot on defense with Aaron Henry this last year.
Right.
Because we had a lot of issues. But let's see, what about all that?
Is this a structural change to how you run defense, or is it scheme change?
I would say it's a little combo of both. In describing it to our players, when we play a three down front with 5 DBs, we have a certain word for that in our program. It'll be structurally very similar to that, but I would say it's a definite scheme change. It will be different, probably than anything you've seen here at Illinois, and really unique to our it's a scheme and a package that I've been intrigued with, especially in the NFL, and seeing things play out, and we'll see where it goes from there.
And what traits are most important for you for a new voice to run your defense?
Well, that's a very important part, right? So I know I'm a defensive coach that's a head coach, but I've really, my entire career, this goes back to my, when I went to Wisconsin, I went as a defense coordinator. They had a defense that was ranked in the high 80s, early 90s, something like 98th or 97th, and took over, and we became the #1 defense in college football next year. And then that next year, when I knew I was going to be the head coach, nobody else did until that second year. I was able to, do well on defense, but I knew I was going to be the head coach. So I had a lot of other things. So I was actually a head coach that was going to run defense. And I remember talking to Coach Alvarez after the transition, and he just said, "Hey, how do you think we did this year defensively?" I'm like, "Well, I wish we were better, but I had a lot of things going on." He goes, "Exactly." Right, you can't be the head coach and call it, right? And in my opinion, so I've been a CEO of as a head coach my entire career, and I really want to turn this over to somebody that I can just literally kind of do exactly what I've been doing offensively and at times defensively, just let that person run it. And I thought a way to do that would be go away from a scheme that I've really been familiar with, I've been intrigued with, but I've never ran it, right? So I'll be learning it with this crew, and really excited where it can go.
Okay, well, that could be a right on or a oh no. Because if you're running a new scheme that you don't know how it works,
right?
Who's fixing it? So you're putting a lot of weight on whoever's bringing in. It might be somebody that's a PhD in that particular. I hope it is.
Yeah.
I would think it would be if you're going to do that.
Coach B said, no exaggeration. I think we've had 50 different people reach out to me about the defensive coordinator job.
Well, why wouldn't you want to win 9 and 10 games?
Right.
Now the next step is to go to win 12 and 14. And
I'm just
15.
putting it out there. I've got an inquiry in because I'm going to be gone next week on Monday to have Coach Brett Bielema in.
Yeah, he's
talk with you, Steve.
All over the place. I know he's taking a little vacation with his daughters. So I don't know if he'll be around, but thank you. We'll talk to Coach if he has any minutes. And, of course, Brad Underwood always. But right now, Brad's knee-deep in the whole exciting run here. What is that, 11 or 12? 12 in a row?
12 in a row.
Wow. All right, we'll be right back.
Nancy Guthrie, the mother of Today co-host Savannah Guthrie.
Everyone is looking for you, Mommy, everywhere.
That's from Savannah's Instagram.
Nancy Guthrie was last seen on Saturday night when she was dropped at her home after dinner with family. When she did not arrive for church services the next day, someone from the church contacted the family. She was later reported missing.
That's Fox's Lisa Acuna in Tucson. Police believe Nancy Guthrie was taken from her home while she slept, adding there's no person or persons of interest yet. She's been missing for 5 days. President Trump discussing ICE enforcement in Minneapolis with NBC Nightly News.
Maybe we can use a little bit of a softer touch, but you still have to be tough.
Federal agents are promised more access to jails to take custody of potential deportees. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. A woman rushed to the hospital after being hit by a car as she was walking at a crosswalk in St. Joseph Tuesday morning in the intersection of East Warren Street and Stout Street. Deputies say a truck driven by a 40-year-old St. Joseph man turning north onto Stout from Warren Street when he hit the woman walking her dog in the crosswalk. Investigations ongoing. Champaign police warning the community of a recently reported telephone scam of a person impersonating an officer. Champaign residents said they got phone calls from the person claiming to be a Champaign police officer. The caller told the resident about a previously unknown warrant and demanded immediate payment to avoid arrest. A reminder, police will never do this via the phone. Early voting begins in Illinois today for the March 17 primary. In addition to today being the first day of early voting, mail-in ballots will be sent to voters who have requested them. You can register to vote early at the early voting center. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
All right. Thank you, Jim. ESPN 93.5. I just got a text sent to me by 217 Larry, and it shows the video of, you're right, Jeremy. You said Jeremy. I thought it was Jeremiah. Jeremy Fears. And it just, I got to show Diane this.
Yeah, the dirty play against Minnesota. Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's what I said.
My goodness.
But you notice number 6 didn't really react?
Right.
Do they wear cups in basketball?
I don't know if they wear a cup or
I know
not.
they don't.
I know they do in baseball.
Or they don't in basketball. It'd be too cumbersome, I would think. But anyway, he went backwards up right in his crotch. That's a suspension. He shouldn't play against Illinois. Come on, man. That's really bad.
Right.
And that also, what that does to Jeremy Fears, it gives him the proverbial video resume.
Yep.
And that'll hurt him. The officials are going to look all around that now.
For sure.
So I'm glad they are, because that's just disgusting. That is absolutely...
We don't want our guys in all that on Saturday.
Tom's got a problem because this is now on X.
Well, and Tom had said, and, you know, the story that I was reading called out his player, Jeremy Fears Jr., and has to grow up a little bit is the way he worded it.
Yeah, but the whole world sees Michigan State playing dirty basketball. I mean, I don't know. I mean, seriously, you really can't suspend him for the Illinois game.
So this said a critical technical foul was the way it was worded on this game against Minnesota in the last stretch there. So, but I mean, critical meaning that's not a critical technical foul. Isn't like
it's
a
flagrant, but apparently you get 3 Yeah, it's a bad look.
Why are you playing it again for me.
Well, I just wanted to make sure you knew the egregious.
I'm a girl, but
egregious.
I'm still holding my.
You grew up around union guys, though.
I
so
sure did.
Anyway, it's bad. It's really, really bad. Tom Izzo, who I think has really been one of the fantastic coaches. That's a good man. All these things. He's getting a little chippy here after the Michigan game and now after Minnesota.
Yeah.
Because there's no way that should stand as just a flagrant foul. That's a suspension to me. That's just ridiculous.
Did he accidentally
Oh my
flip
God.
his foot up?
You want to see it again?
No.
Do I have
but
to show it again?
Was he
No.
off balance?
This
was
is like, let me get you. It was amazing.
I was just trying to
on
the fear side.
They
trying
just,
to
I don't know.
justify.
It is horrible to hit a man in the crotch.
I know that.
And particularly intentionally. Your knee doesn't go that, you don't go that high on a flip of a. No, that's stunning that he would even do it. So he's got anger issues too.
Maybe.
Anyway, it's.
And I was just thinking he kind of like drops his shoulder and goes into the guy's chest and things like that.
It would be an enormous, and Tom Izzo can do this. He's got enough gravitas and Hall of Fame credentials. If he sat the kid, it would have impact on that kid's life.
I want to say that was one of the consequences that was being kicked around. Do you bench this guy?
Well, maybe he won't start. Oh, give me a break. That was bad, man. And plus, did he?
Someone said, "Come on, man. Diane.
Come on, man.
Diane, come on, man.
Come on, man." 217-359-2255. If you haven't seen it, you need to. And just know, again, what did I say Monday morning? First thing. I'm nervous going to Michigan State because people get hurt up there. I just obviously can't shake the Io DeSumo ridiculous flagrant foul that put Io essentially on a different track on our number one seeded team because he had to wear a mask and his nose was broken the rest of the year. That's ridiculous. Please, Tom Izzo, do what the right thing is. You need to bench your kid. And, you're still going to make the tournament. You're not going to win the Big Ten. You're not that good. But you have amazing reputation and integrity to uphold if that's what you want the world to see, and they will see it today. That will be everywhere. And there'll probably be pressure. You can't really pressure Tom Izzo. He's got 71-year-old coaching emeritus status.
That's right.
He's going to do what he wants.
Pretty good friends with Brad whenever we've seen these coaches versus cancer
I think
events.
Very close. I think they talk all the time.
I mean, even like 2 press conferences ago, he was talking about Ivizic or whatever guarding, and he's come around. He couldn't guard, Tom Izzo's mom, who's like 91 or something.
They're close if you can do that.
Exactly.
Anyway, I don't know. I just I guess the Saturday Night Live thing to do would be to all show up with a cup on the outside of your shorts. That would send the message.
Exactly.
We're
during
nervous.
the starting lineups there in East Lansing.
That's a suspendable offense. Tom Izzo in the past for sure wouldn't be afraid to do anything like that. Suspend his guy in a key game, even though they lost now 2 in a row. But I don't know if he'll do it this time because the team really can't go without him.
Mm-hmm.
The kid is really a good player, but this whole, Dusty May at Michigan saying there are 3 dangerous plays. Anyway, we will see what happens with that. All right, let's get Greg's weather forecast.
Okay.
And then I will get to the Nancy Guthrie disappearance, and we'll
yes, please.
Savannah Guthrie's appeal with her siblings, a sister and a brother, and it's just heartbreaking.
Oh, I know.
And every day that passes, this is day 5. I mean, can the 84-year-old woman not in fabulous health survive this?
I know.
Just the trauma of somebody taking you out of your home, even if you're not like beating her up or whatever.
Right.
You take her out of home. The trauma of that is just sickening. All right, here's Greg Solier.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana vicinity. Some ups and downs in temperature for the next couple of days. A more significant thaw expected for next week, and a wetter weather pattern as well, but none too far from the old rain snow line up to the north and northwest of us. With a day today, mainly cloudy skies, a little patchy freezing fog around this morning. A couple of snow showers and flurries this afternoon could coat the ground over in areas from Champaign on northward in a few spots. High at about 27 at an increasing southwest wind. For tonight, breezy, not as cold. cold down to about 25, rising readings after midnight, and there'll be a few snow flurries around as well. Tomorrow, windy, not as cold, up to 38 with a mostly cloudy sky, maybe a spot of freezing rain and a snow shower in the morning, a couple of sprinkles and snowflakes later into the afternoon. We'll turn those winds into the west as well. Colder tomorrow night, low down to about 12, partly cloudy and 27 the forecast high on Saturday with lighter wind, 36 on Sunday, and Monday high 41, 47 on Tuesday. Rain in the forecast for Wednesday and Thursday next week, daytime highs around 40 degrees. For CVJ Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
February, the month of love, the month to
Break up with that junk. 2 Men in a Junk Truck will help you dump that old sofa, nasty fridge, and worn out TV. Don't stay in a toxic relationship with your clutter. Break free. Our friendly crews make the entire process easy. You point, we haul, no judgment. Decluttering doesn't have to be a project. Contact 2 Men in a Junk Truck today and be junk free by tomorrow. 2meninAjunkTruck.com. 2 Men in a Junk Truck. Junk removal made simple.
All right, 840 New York, 740 in Champaign-Urbana.
That's the second time.
I actually think it's 3 times.
It is February 5th. I do know that.
February 5th, it's Thursday morning. John Decker's at the prayer breakfast with the president, unavailable this morning. He's there right now. It was 8:30 Eastern time, so it's probably why I said 7:30 now. So he's at the prayer breakfast. He actually texted me kind of late last night.
The women lost yesterday, 76-73.
They were down 25.
I think it was 21 points.
I saw the early score and I say, darn it. And then they rallied.
Really rallied, 76-73. Oregon won. And then the USC game Sunday at noon is the Play for K Pink Out, a salute to women and girls sports. They're hoping for a sellout. So that would be awesome. I mean, and why not early on Super Bowl Sunday, taking in something like that. And then you come home, you have the snacks or, Big Jets pizza or something.
Yeah,
I know
be awesome.
It'd be great to take in the Super Bowl and have some fun watching the commercials.
Okay. 217 texter, could you send me a copy of the Jeremy Fears technical foul?
Okay, I think
the answer is yes, and there it is.
Oh, really?
Heck yeah.
Okay.
Don't you want the country to be informed about the way Michigan State's playing basketball?
Especially when it comes to those dirty Spartans.
Oh, my gosh. Why don't you just slug them? Right in the mid, right there. That was horrible.
I know. So,
anyway,
well, I was thinking it's just an online search away for the person to get to that. I didn't know that you were going to send something from, and you were so
copied and sent
tech-savvy.
it. You're welcome. Happy to.
Good for you, Stevie.
Don't play dirty. You're a talented player, Jeremy. You're really, really talented. Don't play like that.
Right.
That's a real problem because he's got NBA skills. I mean, he's really good, but nobody's going to touch that. Mm-hmm. It's such a mistake. All right, we'll see what happens to fall out from all of that now that Twitter has it, X has it. Mm-hmm. All right, 842. Now, Nancy Guthrie, the mother of Today host Savannah Guthrie, disappeared now 5 days ago. And it's just almost shocking. There's no the problem, it's kind of in a very little neighborhood with a lot of foliage and a lot of house separation. So other people's doorbell rings, cameras, they're not going to catch any of it.
I see.
It's kind of a little isolated. I bet it's on an acre or so. But the fact that the TV reporter cameraman went all the way to the front door and was able to look inside and take video of the drops of blood by the door, what the world? They don't have that secured?
Right.
What about the DNA evidence? Don't touch anything. I don't understand anything about all that, except I just know that you put the yellow tape around and nobody goes in unless you're the lead person. Then you instruct everybody what you're doing. I don't know, press conference later today, but the Guthries, Savannah, her sister and brother, put this on Instagram. I'm playing it in full.
On behalf of our family, we want to thank all of you for the prayers for our beloved mom, Nancy. We feel them, and we continue to believe that she feels them too. Our mom is a kind, faithful, loyal, fiercely loving woman of goodness and light. She's funny, and spunky, and clever. She has grandchildren that adore her and crowd around her and cover her with kisses. She loves fun and adventure. She is a devoted friend She is full of kindness and knowledge. Talk to her and you'll see.
The light is missing from our lives. Nancy is our mother. We are her children. She is our beacon. She holds fast to joy in all of life's circumstances. She chooses joy day after day. Despite having already passed through great trials of pain and grief, we are always going to be merely human, just normal human people who need our mom. Mama, if you're listening, we need you to come home. We miss you.
Our mom is our heart and our home. She is 84 years old. Her health, her heart is fragile. She lives in constant pain. She is without any medicine. She needs it to survive. She needs it not to suffer. We too have heard the reports about a ransom letter in the media. As a family, we are doing everything that we can. We are ready to talk. However, we live in a world where voices and images are easily manipulated. We need to know, without a doubt, that she is alive and that you have her. We want to hear from you, and we are ready to listen. Please reach out to us. Mommy, if you are hearing this, you are a strong woman. You are God's precious daughter, Nancy. We believe and know that even in this valley, He is with you. Everyone is looking for you, Mommy, everywhere. We will not rest. Your children will not rest until we are together again. We speak to you every moment, and we pray without ceasing, and we rejoice in advance for the day that we hold you in our arms again. We love you, Mom.
Love you, Mom.
We love you, Mom. Stay strong.
We love you, Mom. We love you.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.
Okay, that was pretty compelling, pretty sad. We're all praying. And the president said that he is sending full weight of the Justice Department to try and find this woman. But you got to go fast. She's 84. So who would do this? Why'd they do this? We just don't have many answers. Press conference later today at some point. It'll be on probably all the channels. It's really captivated the country, sadly. Mm-hmm. All right, 217-359-2255. That's the Fisher National Bank text line. We will bring up Nathaniel's son here in a few moments with Nathaniel's son. And Did You Know?
Sounds good.
1776 Part 3 today. So that will be coming up.
Right. And America being 250. I know Champaign County Freedom Celebration is trying to get their thoughts together and sponsors and volunteers. July4th.net, by the way, a little quick plug for nonprofit organizing America's 250th party on the 4th of July.
All right, 748. When you're ready to sell your home, you want to work with a real estate agent that uses proven marketing plans to get your home in front of the most qualified buyers. Tammy recently worked with Nate and his team to sell her home and said that they were there for her from start to finish, took care of all the details to make her home selling experience completely stress-free.
That's right. You want to get the highest possible for the sale of your home, and you want it to be a smooth transition from the listing and getting into your next home. Well, Nate Evans of the Nate Evans Group with eXp Realty can help and sell your home for the most money possible. You don't want to let bad advice from inexperienced agents cost you. You can get the process started as you visit the website at nateevansgroup.com and click on Get Home Value and things like that. A friend you can trust, very familiar with the market, knows where new neighborhoods are doing some building and construction, a strong partnership with Zillow. Just do that online search and call the only agent I would call if I needed to sell my home. It's Nate Evans, 217-239-7113 or nateevansgroup.com to start packing.
Sell your home with Nate. Pick the price, pick the day. Go to thenateevansgroup.com.
Let your local farmer's insurance agent Michael Rumsey put his experience to work for you. Michael Rumsey proudly serves Champaign County families and businesses and is ready to review your existing policies or provide a no-obligation quote today. Call Michael Rumsey at 217-363-3030 to get smarter about your insurance. Again, that's Michael Rumsey at 217-363-3030. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Parlor Donuts and Stevie J Broadcasting want to send you to the next Fighting Illini home basketball game. Text Illini to 217-359-2255 and you could be on your way to State Farm Center. Stop by Parlor Donuts in the old farm shops on Kirby and Madison Champaign before the game to try their layered donuts, cold brews, blended treats, and more. Text Illini to 217-359-2255 to win tickets with Parlor Donuts and Stevie J Broadcasting.
Flooring Surfaces in Champaign isn't just a carpet store. It's your destination for the latest innovations in flooring. You'll find a curated collection of the best porcelain tiles, fine wool and pattern carpets, beautifully crafted hardwoods, and performance floors made to withstand life's messes. All in a renovated showroom designed to inspire your creativity. Your next floor can be truly stunning. Let Flooring Surfaces show you how at 401 Mercury Drive in Champaign.
Flooring Surfaces, your first stop.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Central Illinois, Champaign and vicinity. Some ups and downs on temperature. No extreme readings expected. We'll get into a more significant thaw next week and a more active weather pattern as well. In the meantime, a little patchy freezing fog around this morning. Mostly cloudy skies, a couple of snow flurries this afternoon, even a snow shower or two that could coat the ground over in some areas from Champaign on northward. High temperature up to about 27 on an increasing west-southwesterly wind. For tonight, not as cold, mainly cloudy. A few snow flurries around. Southwest wind 10 to 20 miles per hour. Temps to about 25, then rising after midnight to a high tomorrow at about 38 with a cloudy day's worth of weather and maybe a spot of freezing rain, perhaps even a snow shower in the morning and sprinkles and snowflakes in the afternoon. Winds will shift westerly at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Winds drop tomorrow night, colder down to around 12, partly cloudy 27 on Saturday, but we'll bump to the mid-30s on Sunday, low 40s on Monday, upper 40s on Tuesday, highs just north of 40 Wednesday and Thursday, and some rain in the forecast. For CVJ Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
Provident Financial Group. If you're launching a career, raising a family, planning for retirement, or creating a legacy, we can help. At Provident, we provide strategic thinking and perspective that help clients realize their goals. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities offered through Raymond James Financial Services, Inc., member FINRA SIPC. Provident Financial Group is not a registered broker-dealer and is independent of Raymond James Financial Services. Investment advisory services offered through Raymond James Financial Service Advisors, Inc.
Parlor Donuts and Stevie J Broadcasting want to send you to the next Fighting Illini home basketball game. Text Illini to 217-359-2255 and you could be on your way to State Farm Center. Stop by Parlor Donuts in the old farm shops on Kirby and Madison Champaign before the game to try their layered donuts, cold brews, blended treats, and more. Text Illini to 217-359-2255 to win tickets with Parlor Donuts and Stevie J Broadcasting.
Talk about the quality you get at Ashley Home Store.
We have one of the most amazing brands. We are quality first, and because we are the largest producer of furniture in North America, we have to produce at the highest standard. The most vertically integrated furniture company in the world.
When you go to Ashley Furniture, the selection?
We have a lot of furniture that's available by Ashley in our stores, and here in Champaign, we have one of our largest showrooms, so we have all the categories: living room, bedroom, dining, mattress, home office, kids, furniture, you name it. Our website is ashley.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, my son is in Chicago, Nathaniel's son. We say Nathaniel's son to indicate he's my son.
Yes.
And a tip of the hat to the Karate Kid, great movie.
Absolutely.
Anyway, Nathaniel's son, how are you?
I'm good, Dad. How are you guys doing?
Fine. The book is 1776. David McCullough. You took it on our trip to the Caribbean over the, from January 1st to the 10th, and you finished the book in 5 days. It's like 800 pages. It's a lot of pages.
Okay.
What the heck?
A voracious
Well,
reader.
for the record, it's like 300 pages, and it's really good. For anyone who's read it or is interested, it's really easy to read.
Before we get to part 3 of 1776, starring George Washington, Nathaniel J., talk to me.
Well, we're blessed, Dad, as you well know, and we are expecting our second child here this coming summer. So all of a sudden, we are going to be a family of 4, and I'm starting to think about things I've never really thought about.
Wow!
Well, congratulations.
Yes!
Josephine just turned 1, so you'll have 2 under age 2.
Oh, my goodness.
We'll have 3 grandchildren under age 2.
Yes! What
So
a great
we're
chapter.
Very excited. And again, you're going into this not knowing boy or girl.
Well, we're hoping not to. We wanted to be surprised with Josie. We were. And, Allison hopes to do that, too.
Okay. All right. And you got your 20-week appointment coming up, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Sometime late June?
Yeah, end of June. So June's going to be a busy month for the family there, Dad. There's got a lot going on.
We do, and we are standing by to help any way we can.
I love it. Congratulations.
So excited, Nathaniel, son. 4th?
Thank you, guys. We're very blessed.
Well, 5th, actually, if you count Tilly, the Cocker Spaniel.
Yes. You know, it's funny. Dogs really are part of the family.
They really are. All right, Nathaniel, son, with Did You Know, part 3 of 1776.
Well, guys, what we're going to do this morning is we're going to conclude our 3-part series here where we really just go through the year of 1776 and what it was for the Revolutionary War. Now, if you recall back to 2 weeks ago, we know that George Washington outsmarted the British at Boston, where he strategically obtained possession of a hill that forced the British retreat. Then the battle scene moved to New York, where the British brought the largest force ever sent by any nation in history. And the British steamrolled the Revolutionary Army through New York through the summer and forced a retreat of about 70 miles over the course of 4 months westward. Seemed as if the British were going straight for Philadelphia to crush the revolution and pierce the heart of it from where it started. But now we find ourselves in December of 1776 on the Delaware River, the border between Pennsylvania and New Jersey. And the city that we're honing in on is Trenton. And what has happened is it's Christmas. And the Revolutionary Army, or at least what's left of it at this point, which is about 4,000 men. By the way, in the summer, he had somewhere around 20,000. So between losses and battles and just men deserting the army, he's down to about 4,000 men. And the British have settled a force in Trenton across the river of about the same size, about 4,000 men. And Christmas night, George Washington decided the team had decided they needed to make a move. So literally in the middle of a blizzard, there were 3 crossings planned across the Delaware. They're splitting their army 3 ways to try to be strategic. 2 of them would never make the crossing. The storm was too intense. Washington alone, with a force of about 2,000, made the only crossing of the river to attack the British at Trenton. And on the day after Christmas, to complete surprise to the British, Washington rolled in and he beat them, and he forced their retreat out of Trenton. And this was a significant turning point in the war because it showed the British, as he showed them at Boston, that he was capable of outsmarting the world's greatest army and most powerful nation. But it wasn't until, for another 7 years, that the Revolutionary Army would claim victory in 1783. Now, as far as wars go, the Revolutionary War, maybe a little-known fact, was the second costliest war as far as lives for the country of America. Second, of course, to the Civil War, but ultimately it took about 1% of the population in deaths through battle to defeat the British in an 8-year battle.
Unbelievable. It was 8 years. Unbelievable. I don't think I knew that. Wow. And the fact that
the Treaty of Paris was signed, I think, September of 1783, when the British finally admitted defeat.
You're talking about farmers, man. People.
Right.
I mean, how do you beat the number one army in the world with the British? Unbelievable. It was divine. It was God-inspired. There's no doubt.
Yeah, real quick, Dad, I want to read the last sentence from the book because it captures it well. And it says, "For those who had been with Washington and who knew what a close call it was at the beginning, how often circumstances, storms, contrary winds, the oddities of strength and individual character had made the difference, the outcome seemed little short of a miracle."
Totally. And Washington mentions that in his first inaugural address, I think paragraph 3, so how provincial and how important it all was with God's help. Nathaniel, son, well done. Congratulations on the new arrival in June. We're so excited.
Thank you. Thanks, Dad. Thanks, guys. Take care.
You bet. Nathaniel's son in Chicago, expecting their second child in June. Yeah, that's going to be busy. It's awesome. All right, we're coming back after the top of the hour news. Don't forget our pitmaster extraordinaire, Tim Onstadt, on your barbecue and Catholic Charities.
Yes.
We'll talk about that next. ESPN 93.5. You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Still searching for Nancy Guthrie. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
Everyone is looking for you, Mommy, everywhere.
And Today Show host Savannah Guthrie and her brother and sister urged her, if she sees their video posted on social media, to stay strong, telling whoever kidnapped her.
Armand is a kind, faithful, loyal, fiercely loving woman.
As they made this plea,
We want to hear from you, and we are ready to listen. Please, reach out to us.
their 84-year-old mother was taken from her home in Tucson, Arizona over the weekend. Fox's Alicia Acuna is there.
Law enforcement continues to say there is still no credible information to indicate that this was a targeted incident, and they have not yet given details on what led investigators to return to Nancy Guthrie's home late in the day on Wednesday. Federal and local authorities came back to the scene, which they had previously cleared, to cordon it off with police tape while they searched the property once again.
President Trump posted on Truth Social he spoke to Savannah Guthrie and he's ordered all federal law enforcement to help. Now, he is speaking at the National Prayer Breakfast in Washington, and just moments ago wondered aloud again, tongue-in-cheek, if he'll go to heaven.
I really think I probably should make it. I mean, I'm not a perfect candidate, but I did a hell of a lot of good for perfect people. That's for sure.
Last night, in an NBC News interview, the president was asked,
should the supreme leader in Iran be worried right now?
I would say he should be very worried, yeah.
He's beefed up the U.S. military presence in the region and threatened Iran with strikes.
That's Fox's Jonathan Savage.
Tensions remain high as the U.S. and Iran prepare for a meeting tomorrow, which the Iranian foreign minister says will be in Oman. Iran had lobbied for this location instead of Turkey. According to a senior administration official, the White House agreed to the venue change after appeals by Middle Eastern allies not to walk away.
America's listening to Fox News.
This President's Day, Pure Talk is honoring Jackson and Lincoln by offering unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month. Meanwhile, Big Wireless is honoring Ben Franklin by charging families hundreds of dollars for the same 5G coverage. What? Franklin wasn't even a president. Hang on to those Benjamins. Dial pound 250, say micro, and save 50% off your first month. That's pound 250, micro, to switch to an American wireless company that's truly unprecedented. Pure Talk.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
They'll resume jury selection today in Los Angeles, putting social media on trial. Meta and Google have been sued by a 19-year-old alleging Facebook, Instagram, YouTube are made to be addictive. She claims she suffered anxiety, depression, body image issues, and suicidal thoughts. Google says the allegations aren't true, touting robust parental controls. Meta says the lawsuit intentionally paints a misleading picture, and it's proud of the progress made putting teen safety first. In Congress, there's a push to end some liability protection for social media with Republican and Democrat support.
Illinois Senator Dick Durbin is among those leading an effort to end Section 230, which shields social media companies from responsibility for what people post on their sites.
It would be a significant step forward holding big tech accountable for the harms they've caused. That's why the tech companies oppose this bill so strongly.
Bridget Noring's son, Devin, died after he bought pills laced with fentanyl through a social media account.
Try and imagine a television channel broadcasting ads for the Sinaloa cartel, or a newspaper hosting pictures of baggies of pills, or kids for sale for sex in its classified section.
But advocates for big tech argue ending Section 230 would result in censorship and discourage online innovation. Jessica Rosenthal, Fox News.
Well, this is why parents are warned about TikTok trends. A 9-year-old Chicago boy injured.
The boy's face was roasted and his right eye was swollen shut when his Nido sensory toy exploded in his face when he left it in the microwave. The trend, popularized on the social media site, is supposed to make the rubber toy more flexible.
That's Fox's Gary Baumgarten. We just got an unemployment update. An increase in first-time claims last week, more than 10%, up to 231,000. And the number of people still collecting jobless benefits also rose to 1.84 million. On Wall Street, stock futures are falling before the opening bell this hour, down more than 100 points each for the Dow and the NASDAQ. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Illinois lawmakers and advocates renewing their push to lower drug prices by regulating 340B contracts. Many believe the federal program limits healthcare organizations and hospitals from providing discounted medications. The drug pricing program created in 1992 to improve access to care at safety net hospitals and clinics. When you drink out of a can, you usually just toss it, but not the students at one school in Tuscola. They're doing what's called the Pop It and Drop It Challenge, all for a good cause. You might think they are garbage, but the students at East Prairie Middle School, the pop tabs from cans are hope. It's for the Builders Club program where they work on life skills. Early voting begins in Illinois today for the March 17 primary. In addition to today being the first day of early voting, mail-in ballots will be sent to voters who have requested them. You can register to vote, and at the early voting center, you'll need 2 pieces of ID to do so. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
All right, 8:06. We talked about Brad Underwood and the fight in Illini. A very impressive 40-point win over Northwestern last night.
84-44.
Brett Bielema, we had clips of his presser yesterday about some of the new guys that have signed, about the fact that he wants a whole new philosophy on defense.
Now that Aaron Henry has stepped out and he's with Notre Dame now.
And so we are expecting an announcement next week on the defensive coordinator, but he said he had to wait till after the Super Bowl, which indicates that the guy's working. That's what I would... Why would you wait?
Reading into it, though, Stevie, we really have no idea.
Well, that's what I said. I have no idea, but I think it's somebody that's involved in the Super Bowl. Otherwise, why would you say that? Just a simple deduction.
Okay.
It's our meteorologist, Greg Solier. How are you, bud?
How are you? I'm good. How about you, Zach?
National Weatherman Day.
Yes,
it is,
congratulations.
So what
Doctor, was it John or Jack Jeffries or something? First guy to be taking weather observations a gajillion years ago. So in honor of him, it is National Weather Person Day. So.
Okay. And we like our weather person.
Yeah,
That's right.
We got the best weather, in your case, man, not weather woman,
True.
weather person.
Yes.
You are the most accurate I've ever seen.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
So here we go with our weather meteorologist, Greg Solier, depicting a warmer trend, however, maybe rain, but warmer is good after this stuff.
Yeah, considering I would be, I'd be fine with working that phrase in a warmer weather pattern that'll evolve here in a little more steadfast fashion for next week. Don't think it's going to take us through the remainder of the month. It's relatively short-lived, but considering the cold we've pulled ourselves out of here, it's certainly well appreciated. It is only in the 40s in some areas of central Florida with rain down there this morning and putting things into comparison order. We sit right now at 14 degrees, had some single-digit overnight lows over some of the heavier snow snow-covered areas. What was around in the way of some patchy fog and haze lifting on out. And to the north and northwest, the first of a couple of snow shower and flurry bands running from about Peoria back up to a little south of DeKalb. That's sliding off to the east and southeast. And we'll get, as the day wears on, into the afternoon in particular, increasing threats for some snow shower and flurry activity. This will be a system that'll bring some accumulations in areas of northern and far eastern Indiana, Ohio, and Michigan. And by the time you hit, let's say, the Pennsylvania line, probably a half a foot out there. So we'll bypass this thing, but there could be a little bit of a coating over on either the old snow cover and or some pavement as the day wears on, particularly this afternoon and evening time. Out the door this morning, 14 at Willard and Savoy. Later on this afternoon, forecast high 27. And again, doing the math from a couple of weeks ago, that's a definite trend in the right direction on an increasing west-southwesterly wind. A couple of flurries linger tonight. Not as cold, 25 this evening, and rising temps after midnight. Should be pretty close to freezing first thing tomorrow morning. 38 later in the afternoon. It'll be a blustery day. Maybe a quick snow shower or a spot of freezing rain early, and a few sprinkles and flurries late in the day. That's another cold front. But the Arctic air, this one moves to the north and east of us or stays away in that direction with a low down to 12 tomorrow night. Partly cloudy, 27 on Saturday. Then 36 on Sunday. Then Monday up to 41. Tuesday 47. And we'll hover at or a little bit north of 40 degrees. And some rain in the forecast here Wednesday and Thursday of next week. For Stevie Day Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
Happy to welcome into our radio station Bob and Jan Blaney with Catholic Charities in Champaign and Piatt counties. One of the many things we've never counted, one of the many things Diane Ducey supports and helps is Catholic Charities.
I like to get the word out. I'm very passionate about helping others, and so is Jan Blaney for the past 7 years as our coordinator at St. Patrick's in Tolono.
Good morning.
With the food pantry and the senior luncheon the second Wednesday of the month. The food pantry, by the way, open from 5 to 6:30 on Mondays and on Fridays from 9 to 10:30 a.m. Been seeing an uptick in business, so to speak, right, Jan?
That's right.
Okay, let's talk about serving others and Catholic Charities.
Okay, well, the food pantry has a new name as of January 1st because we used to be called the St. Patrick's Food Pantry. We are now St. Pat's Pantry.
Okay.
Because we have more than food.
Mm-hmm.
What, you got couches and TVs and stuff?
No, but we do have cleaning products
Nice.
and infant and toddler products
Yes.
and other things so that we can serve an entire family.
It makes it unusual, Stevie, that we have meat.
We have 3 freezers full of meat
Wow.
right now.
Wow. Boy, everybody, there's a lot of need, isn't there, Jan?
There certainly is, and we have a lot of very generous people who keep our pantry stocked.
Right.
Why do you do this? I mean, you guys, I would presume you're in your 40s and you have a lot of life.
A long time ago, I was in my 40s.
You guys are pretty young, and so you're not going to do this in another quarter century then or nothing like that.
Well, now that I'm a great grandma,
Oh, come on.
Someday I hope
We're going to need
retire.
some identification, Jan. I don't believe. All right, so there's need, and you felt the tug of God to help.
Well, yes. Several years ago during Lent, I said, okay, God, what am I going to do during Lent? And I figured in the bulletin they needed a volunteer at the pantry, and I figured, this is going to be easy. Put in a couple hours a week. I got my Lenten obligation taken care of. Well, that was more than 7 years ago.
She's still at it.
But don't you feel like when you do things like that, it's probably even more enriching to you, knowing how you're helping so many people that need it.
It's been an amazing blessing for our whole family. My husband, after he retired, has become very involved. My grandchildren have all helped out.
Awesome.
It's become a family project.
Right.
All right,
So
well-
much service. And let's talk about when the SNAP benefits went off the table because of the government shutdown in early November. You really saw people coming out.
We did. People were desperate. And as I said, folks have been so generous because we put the word out that our numbers had increased and we were desperate for additional help at the pantry. And the churches of St. Pat's, St. Thomas, St. Mary's, anybody who heard about it was generous both financially and with product for our pantry. We've just been so blessed.
And there's been
in
some-
fact, the St. Thomas School here in Philo is doing a food drive right now as we speak, and we'll be picking up this weekend for that.
And there was a recent daycare celebrating 100 days of school.
And we picked up 150 pounds of food.
Wow.
Anytime we put the word out, people are just so generous.
And I love, Jan, that you have this partnership with some of the area stores and Dollar General, Aldi and Savoy, where if they're bumping up against, something's going to expire soon, we need to move this product before it goes to waste.
We make a weekly stop at Aldi's and Savoy and the Dollar Generals in Tolono, Philo, and Villa Grove. Mm-hmm. And they're always more than willing to give us whatever they can.
I love the story when you were sharing with the Catholic Charities Advisory Board about when one of the freezers conked out at the Dollar General and you had a surplus of ice cream to hand out to people.
Well, that's happened more than once, and what'll happen is they'll call and we'll pick up everything, take what we can to St. Pat's Pantry, and then we share. And that's part of the joy of what we do, because the Giving Place in Tolono has food handout on Wednesdays, and sometimes we're able to share with them. We've been able to share with all kinds of folks. We donate to the Rocket Locker at the high school, and anytime we have extra, we share.
I know that when it comes to stale bread, even, Stevie, it's kind of a waste not, want not, that she's given it to the chicken farmers and they can give it to the chickens because they'll peck at anything. And then she gets eggs in return.
Well,
yeah,
I'd hug you, Jan, but I'd hit the wings on your back. I mean, you're just doing
angels among us for sure.
Such good work.
We try not to waste anything.
Well, that's good for you.
I love it.
Everything you said is outstanding, Jan. All right, we have a bingo?
We have a bingo night, so that's what we're funding. We wanted you to hear about it, so it's at the Elks Club Saturday.
The Catholic Charities Advisory Board is a major supporter of the St. Pat's Pantry, and they do numerous fundraisers throughout the year, and our newest project is going to be this bingo thing.
That's right.
We've never tried before, so we're hoping that it is very successful. Because the Catholic Charities Board supports not only the pantry and the senior luncheon, but also something called Light of Hope.
Yes, when people are struggling to meet their bills.
Light of Hope program has just grown dramatically.
And to see the reports of how many people we're touching who can't make ends meet or who are behind on their rent, and the veterans, the single mother we heard about with a 7-year-old daughter, and we're really coming in and swooping in and saving some people from being evicted.
And working with other resources so that nobody's double dipping, and we're helping people who can't get help anywhere else.
That's right. So just keep that in mind. If you want to come on Saturday night, the doors open at the Elks Club behind Old Orchard at 5 o'clock, and we have a food truck, Jurassic Eats, there. If you want to have some supper, there's a cash bar. And then the 10 games begin at 6, and we've got all kinds of sponsors. I know Jim Hampton with Tapman's Towing, Sarah Automotive. I tapped Ben. Stevie's probably like, hey, these are some of my clients.
No.
Everybody's hearing about it.
Well, people who don't want to hear Catholic Charities, who doesn't want to help Catholic Charities, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we got a bingo opportunity. Come in after 5 on Saturday with your $30 and bring another 20 just to get in on the games and the auctions and the fun prizes we're giving out.
And know that whatever you spend is going to a worthy cause.
That's right.
Listen, thank you for coming in.
Thank
and
you,
sharing.
Blaney's. Have a good day.
Thank you for helping and what you do.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. That's Jan Blaney, Catholic Charities, Champaign and Pike County. Is a great work they're doing, helping people. 817.
In 1925, Bud and B. Reichert founded a small plumbing business in Urbana. Today, nearly 100 years later, A&R Mechanical is still thriving. A&R Mechanical believes in designing, building, and maintaining. As one of the largest and most innovative contractors in the Midwest, their team creates and sustains essential facility systems for iconic structures like the State Farm Center, the Memorial Stadium expansion, the Oven Basketball Complex, the Smith Football Performance Center, along with baseball, softball, and the Demersion Indoor Golf Facility. I'm Jay Lehman, former Fighting Illini All-American linebacker. As a longtime Champaign-Urbana resident, I can assure you that A&R Mechanical and their contributions have been a cornerstone to this community. Congratulations, A&R Mechanical, on 100 years of dedication, innovation, and community spirit. Design, build, maintain. It's what they've done for nearly 100 years and what they'll continue to do for the next 100 years. A&R Mechanical, celebrating a century of excellence and service. Visit ar-mech.com for more details.
No, that's awesome, Tim. It sounds really good. Gale for X Trucking, if you have some trucking experience and you want to join a team that treats you like family, you got them right here.
Yeah, we've got a spot left, and I've taken a page from Brad Underwood's book there, too. The last couple of days, I've been communicating with a guy in the Philippines that's an American on active duty in the military, and he's got trucking experience. He's looking for a job when he comes home, so I'm opening that up. We love our veterans, and we've got a lot of veteran drivers, and we're looking to bring him on February 5th when he gets home.
Well, usually you send staff to go recruit him. I'll go to Manila. I'll go talk to him. Just got to pay my flight. Yeah, I'll be back in a month.
Stevie, I can't send you away that long. and actually, this guy from the Philippines found us through his dad in Hillsdale, Indiana, that heard us talking on the show. Dedicated Diesels at 1313 Triumph Drive in Urbana. They can get us on the phone at 217-328-0562.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana vicinity. Some ups and downs on temperature. No extreme readings expected. We'll get into a more significant thaw next week and a more active weather pattern as well. In the meantime, a little patchy freezing fog around this morning. Mostly cloudy skies, a couple of snow flurries this afternoon, even a snow shower or two that could coat the ground over in some areas from Champaign on northward. High temperature up to about 27 on an increasing west-southwesterly wind. For tonight, not as cold, mainly cloudy, a few snow flurries around. Southwest wind 10 to 20 miles per hour. Temps to about 25, then rising after midnight to a high tomorrow at about 38 with a cloudy day's worth of weather and maybe a spot of freezing rain, perhaps even a snow shower in the morning and sprinkles and snowflakes in the afternoon. Winds will shift westerly at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Winds drop tomorrow night, colder down to around 12, partly cloudy 27 on Saturday, but will bump to the mid-30s on Sunday, low 40s on Monday, upper 40s on Tuesday, highs just north of 40 Wednesday and Thursday, and some rain in the forecast. For CVJ Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
Let's check your Fox Business. We got Tim Onstott coming in again today, so we're excited to see
And we'll learn
Tim.
about One Winter Night with Melissa Courtwright coming up soon.
Okay, it's 8:20.
Riggs, and this is the Fox Business Report.
First-time jobless claims climbing to their highest level in 2 months. 231,000 people filing for unemployment. That's a jump of 22,000 from the previous week. Meanwhile, continuing claims rose less than expected. On Wall Street, futures are down ahead of the opening bell. Meanwhile, precious metals lower again. Silver is off about 7% in pre-market trading, while gold is down 2%. Amazon reports earnings after the closing bell, thanks to big growth from luxury brand Coach. Tapestry reporting higher second quarter revenue and raising its fiscal outlook for the year. That growth, though, offsetting declines in sales of Kate Spade. As expected, the European Central Bank and the Bank of England both leaving interest rates unchanged. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Frank Lanza, invested in you.
You never know who might be taking the quiz.
Hi, everyone. It's Candace Cameron Bure.
Hey, everyone. It's Phil Sims.
It's Dolores Catania.
Hey, everyone. I'm Kix Brooks.
It's Candace Bushnell.
I'm Rob Paulson. I'm Ryan Serhant.
Hey, everyone. I'm Nicole Palizzi.
Hey, everybody's Kevin Nealon.
What's up, guys? It's Nia Sue, and it's time to take the quiz.
5 questions in less than 5 minutes every day. Listen and follow at thequiz.fox.
There is one name you need to know in car repair in the Central Illinois area, and that's John Marshall. John is the owner of PDR Automotive in Urbana and makes it his mission to know that your car will start when you come to pick it up. John strives for a repair in the most efficient time possible and is the right person to take care of your car. From tires to engine to electrical to the simple oil change. Trust in John at PDR. 1008 North Cunningham in Urbana. John's team will take care of you like family.
Actually, I called the provider. It was just going to be a while before I could have service, and I couldn't wait, so I was recommended to Classic. Professionalism, their dependability, credibility, and the service technicians, I wouldn't ever call anybody else.
I truly believe that after people have experienced other companies and then given us a try, they can clearly see the difference.
Visit ClassicPlum.com.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Parlor Donuts and Stevie J Broadcasting want to send you to the next Fighting Illini home basketball game. Text Illini to 217-359-2255 and you could be on your way to State Farm Center. Stop by Parlor Donuts in the old farm shops on Kirby and Madison Champaign before the game to try their layered donuts, cold brews, blended treats, and more. Text Illini to 217-359-2255 to win tickets with Parlor Donuts and Stevie J Broadcasting.
Here's the deal. When you combine State Farm home and auto insurance, you save an average of $889. State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow is ready to help you combine home and auto and save right here in Champaign-Urbana. Call 352-1411 today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Average annual per household savings based on a 2019 national survey by State Farm of new policyholders who reported savings by switching to State Farm.
All right, Illinois beats Northwestern by 40. We get ready for Michigan State, 7 o'clock. Controversy swirling in East Lansing.
Yes.
With their star player, Jeremy Fears, essentially back-kicking the groin of the Minnesota player that is now all over the world.
And a technical foul was called. But
flagrant.
even...
Flagrant. It's even the double. I think you get 3 flagrants. I can't believe you get 3 flagrants a game. So it's just... It's just a really bad look for Michigan State. Tom Izzo's going to have to deal with that today.
Well, and addressed it after the game and said Jeremy needs to grow up a little bit, is the way he addressed it.
You know what? I think that is appropriate if you are pushing, shoving, getting a technical for something stupid, like talking back to the referee. When you kick a man in his groin the way he did, that is flat out suspendable. That's an intentional, violent act. And I guess I am shocked the man that
brushed it off as well.
Well, he did. Every human that I've known, including myself, double over.
Right.
It's a double over, and it's unbelievable pain.
Right.
That is, hard to explain if you're not a man. But what Jeremy. Well, and it's happened to me, and memorable a few times in my life. If you play sports, you're going to get. But listen, I don't know what's going to happen today, but the kid's not going to start, whatever that means. But if he sits out 4 minutes, is that punishment enough, considering the incidents that happened the game before?
Yes.
So this is going to be the 3rd game in a row that I'm nervous that this kid's going to hurt somebody.
Mm-hmm.
So I just think it's flat out egregious.
Right. Well, we obviously had the 40-point margin victory over Northwestern, 84-44, an incredible win with 5 Illini, in double digits for sure. And Andre, I think, led the team with the 17. Andre Stojakovic had a great game, but Nick Martinelli was held to 4 points for the Wildcats.
That's the leading scorer in the Big Ten.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the 2nd leading scorer in America that played 5 points. Because we just, again, if you're as tall as we are, I mean, Tim Onstad knows about Uwe Blop. Was it Olaf or Uwe? Uwe Blop, the guy that went to, he was from Germany and his famous 7'2". When you're that tall, they block you.
Yeah.
We have a bunch of tall people that are very, very instinctive. Okay.
Well, and we're getting ready for Michigan State on Saturday at 7, so that's why it's relevant. And Minnesota came out on top 76-73 over Michigan State. And so what a game. Iowa ended up beating Washington, too. I didn't mention that, 84-74. But people
Iowa
are really...
beat who again?
Washington.
Okay.
So we do have texts in Illini already for this game that's going to be next at home. Will be February 10th, Tuesday at 7
That's a hair
against
night.
Wisconsin.
Yeah, they're doing Jake Davis hair night, but to my chagrin, it's for students only.
Right.
I sure wanted one up where I sit. I want the Jake Davis hair.
The women lost to Oregon 76-73 after having a 21-point deficit. We're really coming back, but just didn't make it.
Yeah.
Sunday, the game against USC is at noon for the Pink Out Play for K, women and girls in sports. So they're really shooting for a sellout on Sunday. I think it's only $5 if you want to get your tickets now.
Okay, before we take our news break, we were hacked this morning on the car radio.
Yeah, we did get some people texting in a picture, and there's a bad word, and it looks like our tech guy has figured it out.
Well, we are now, it's not there anymore. I waited till he got it done.
Okay.
And now it says Stevie J and Diane Ducey mornings, the drive with Curtis and Evan.
Okay.
So that's what the amount of characters we are allowed here.
Okay, good. Because nowadays when you have a digital display in your car on the dash and you tune into the radio station, it'll have their slogan or something.
Yeah,
and somebody had hacked us.
Yeah, so we got hacked and it was not nice. And they claimed responsibilities like, what the heck, are you a terrorist organization claiming responsibility for your, and why to be a jerk? There's no other purpose for it.
Thank you to the listeners texting in to 359-2255 saying, I just wanted to make sure you guys are familiar with this because people are awful and stuff like that.
Anyway, I'm glad we got it cleaned up, but man, just understand you're hackable. I mean, no matter who you are, what you got, you're probably still hackable.
That's right.
So that was a half hour.
We apologize for that.
Yeah, we totally apologize. But man, that stuff happens and you scramble. So for 30 minutes of what you didn't see behind off air, we were working, trying to figure it all out. All right, Tim Onstadt, extraordinarily, number one, according to the Stevie J, smoking and barbecue, how can I make this up?
Tips.
The gravitas of the Tim and Donna are off the charts. And let's just face it.
Right, and we got the Super Bowl coming up Sunday, so it's always good to get some food ideas.
Well, I got your list from last week, so we'll get into that about great little treats for the Super Bowl spread, as we said.
That's right.
Yeah, that will be coming up next. All right, ESPN 93.5, the news right after this.
Jesse with Land's Drain Cleaning and Underground Solutions. Hey, do you have sewer blockages, problems? Are your toilets gurgling? Why deal with the headache? Call Land's Drain Cleaning and Underground Solutions today. We can come out and clean your line, camera it, show you what the problem is, and then we have an expert underground team that can make those repairs. 217-355-5512. We are here for you when you need us. Land's Drain Cleaning and Underground Solutions. Why call anyone else?
The great loud venues in college basketball.
Don't miss your chance to cheer on Fighting Illini basketball this season.
Back, this place an absolute powder.
It is. Talk about tough buildings, right?
We need all of Illini Nation to help us defend State Farm Center.
Boswell left hand and one.
Great seat locations are still available for you to see Illinois basketball live this season. Get your tickets today at fightingillini.com.
Fox News, I'm Therese Crowley. Prayers from President Trump at the National Prayer Breakfast in D.C. this morning, coupled with action to aid law enforcement in any way possible, as Savannah Guthrie and siblings anxiously await any response to their public plea on Instagram to the kidnappers of their 84-year-old mother, Nancy, and an unverified ransom message.
We need to know, without a doubt, that she is alive and that you have her.
The FBI evidence response team joining the Day 5 search for clues at Guthrie's desert home in Tucson. Former First Lady and Secretary of State Hillary Clinton on X demanding, let's have it in public. A House Oversight Committee hearing on the Clintons' relationship with dead sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Clinton insisting we already told them what we know under oath. The Clintons both have a February date to testify. America is listening to Fox News.
I need to speak with someone in charge, a manager. Who's the manager?
Yes, ma'am. This is Paul Reekin from Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. How can we help out?
Picture this, Paul from Dick Van Dyke, if that's your real name.
I'm also not wearing khakis, but go ahead.
I get home from work and I need a cold drink with ice. And instead of feeling that cool, refreshing air, I get warm air and a whiff of rotten meat.
That's gross.
So here's what I need, Paul from Dick Van Dyke. I need a new refrigerator.
We have hundreds in stock.
Don't get fresh with me, mister.
Excuse me?
I need it delivered tomorrow. bro.
We have next day delivery guaranteed Monday through Saturday.
I want it at this price.
We guarantee the best deal.
I want an extended protection plan.
I'll give you one for free.
Now, don't get smart with me, young man.
No joke, it's free, and I'm 49.
Well, wow.
That's what we say, but why did you ask for a manager?
How else would I get this deal?
You don't need the manager. We do this for everyone, every day at Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. And just like Dad says, wow.
When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
Here's a look at local news. Illinois lawmakers and advocates renewing their push to lower drug prices by regulating 340B contracts. Many believe the federal program limits healthcare organizations and hospitals from providing discounted medications. The drug pricing program created in 1992 to improve access to care at safety net hospitals and clinics. When you drink out of a can, you usually just toss it, but not the students at one school in Tuscola. They're doing what's called the Pop It and Drop It Challenge, all for a good cause. You might think they are garbage, but the students at East Prairie Middle School, the pop tabs from cans are hope. It's for the Builders Club program where they work on life skills. Early voting begins in Illinois today for the March 17 primary. In addition to today being the first day of early voting, mail-in ballots will be sent to voters who have requested them. You can register to vote, and at the early voting center, you'll need 2 pieces of ID to do so. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Joe Miller.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana vicinity. Some ups and downs in temperature for the next couple of days. A more significant thaw expected for next week, and a wetter weather pattern as well, but none too far from the old rain snow line up to the north and northwest of us. With a day today, mainly cloudy skies, a little patchy freezing fog around this morning. A couple of snow showers and flurries this afternoon could coat the ground over in areas from Champaign on northward, in a few spots high at about 27 at an increasing southwest wind. For tonight, breezy, not as cold, down to about 25, rising readings after midnight, and there'll be a few snow flurries around as well. Tomorrow, windy, not as cold, up to 38 with a mostly cloudy sky, maybe a spot of freezing rain and a snow shower in the morning, a couple of sprinkles and snowflakes later into the afternoon. We'll turn those winds into the west as well. Colder tomorrow night, low down to about 12, partly cloudy and 27 the forecast high on Saturday with lighter wind, 36 on Sunday, and Monday high 41, 47 on Tuesday. Rain in the forecast for Wednesday and Thursday next week, daytime highs around 40 degrees. For CVJ Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
And now, a brand new show called Smoke, where we help you with your grill and making the best meat ever. With award-winning competition pitmaster Tim Onstadt. Smoke in Tim's Grill. He's the best brisket maker ever. Smoke in Tim's Grill. And now award-winning competition pitmaster Tim Onstadt, who has brought in a tool today that I've got on the camera. I think you can see it. It is a mother of all blowtorches.
Hey, let's light this puppy up.
I know.
I mean,
like a flamethrower or something.
This is when I want to... What I use? Bananas Foster? What do you use something like that
Well,
for?
you can use it for that. You can use it to toast the meringue on your pies.
Wow.
You can do just about anything with it. I'm going to use it to light my charcoal fire.
Okay.
While you were gone, Diane and I talked about doing some product reviews and such, and Donna surprised me with this the other day.
Wow.
$50.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, once you turn it on, people on the camera might be able to see it. You might have to back
And this way
up.
we're ready, you know.
Yeah, okay. What the heck is... Wow.
And it's like a foot-long flame, and
I
it's
believe-
blue near the gun bar.
I now know what an astronaut feels like. I'm just taking off. This is the...
Right.
So you could if I put a bunch of Kingston charcoal and I sat that on there for 30 seconds, would it light up immediately?
Oh yeah, it'll light it up. And Diane, I wanted to officially be the hottest interview you've ever done.
Yeah, baby.
3,200 degrees.
Is that right?
Yeah.
You can melt metals at 3,200
Oh yeah,
degrees.
yeah, and that's one of the things on that it says perfect for welding and melting metal.
What?
And oh yeah, you got Lante and Jay Lehman. They can light up a room. They ain't got nothing on me. I
There you go.
So how long will that tank last? That kind of power?
I have no idea.
Okay.
We're gonna find out.
Okay.
Now, we talked before about how we light the fires and doing it without charcoal fluid, lighter fluid.
Girl Scout water? Is that what it is?
Girl Scout water. Yep, that's it.
I kind of lived on that.
Sometimes you can taste that.
You can always
You can taste that, no question.
We can smell it from a mile away.
Yeah, I bet.
But
Darn
no,
it.
I've gotten the big weed burners from Harbor Freight and lugged the big propane tanks out, and Donna's like, there's got to be an easier way than this. So she got me the little handheld.
That's really
that has
cool.
the 2-pound propane tank that just screws onto it, and no more disconnecting the propane from the RV to drag it over to start
that's
the
so
fires.
handy. How'd she find that?
Just her shopping.
Yeah.
I don't know. She
Well,
shops.
It's and you can go anywhere that sells Coleman, and you could buy a replacement. Too.
Oh yeah, you can get those at big box stores.
Okay.
And
So
what's it called?
This is called the Thermo Maven.
Thermo Maven.
And it comes in different configurations. But they say you can grill steaks, roast bell peppers. So that would come in for our Super Bowl thing if we wanted to do some stuffed jalapenos or stuffed peppers and roast those on top of the stove with that Thermo Maven.
And be done with it in 30 seconds.
Yep.
So we had the brisket and sliders, brisket and mac and cheese. This is stuff you mentioned last week. Amber with what? Amber lager? Amber
lager with that's brewed with a little bit of orange zest.
And then you had the famous name hog turds, and so you had a great. Now, what are you doing all these for your Super Bowl?
No.
Yeah, okay.
The old plumber's faucet is always dripping.
No, we're putting in a frozen pizza.
Yeah, we got the frozen stuff at Costco. That's what we're doing. Anyway,
actually, I like to eat shrimp during the Super Bowl.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Yeah.
You get the big dogs? Or?
Yeah, the big dog shrimp.
With a bunch of red sauce.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
And I throw a little bit of extra horseradish in.
Horseradish. Yeah, a little pop to
Give
them.
a little pop.
And a lot of people like, chips and dips. Does that buffalo chicken dip, does Donna make any of those dips that people rave about?
Well, her cheese combination for her mac and cheese, actually, we take some medium salsa or hot salsa and mix it in with that cheese and just kind of do it all at once.
Yeah.
And her cheese mix with salsa.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
And back when I lived down in Lafayette, Louisiana, most of the 90s, this Rotel, the canned tomatoes that you'd put in with some Cheese Whiz or something, that was always a great dip. So
there's some great food down in Louisiana.
Oh,
yeah. Well, okay, so we got the blowtorch out of the way. I love that thing. I want that.
Exactly.
I got to figure out how to use it. Anyway, Tim Onstadt, what's happening at Gale Ferrex Trucking?
Hey, I've got to take off on a Stever. I'm going to do a Timmer. We've got one brand new 2026 Freightliner left to go out, and I'd like to put a guy in it. If somebody's got 5 years experience, clean driving record, I'd like to give him $180,000 truck to drive, and $1,200 a week minimum gross guarantee. Have them home on weekends. I think that'd be a great deal to call a Timmer. And then we'll throw in, at their 30-day mark, I'll buy them dinner at Longhorn. We'll give them a $50.
Yeah, Long Branch Steakhouse?
Long Branch Steakhouse.
What the heck?
We'll throw in a dinner for them and their spouse.
And a new rig.
Brand new truck.
Okay, so I have zero experience, but I am a good guy. Can you train me?
I can take you to Long Branch.
That's right. That's about all you're
That's
gonna
a
get,
good
Steve.
move, my friend. Good move.
I mean, he said one of the clauses is you got to have 5 years experience.
Well, I'm saying that I can learn
You
it.
qualify to eat, Stevie. That's about it.
There you go.
Well, all right. So we're looking for one driver that wants a new rig to be put in. That'd be nice.
It's a nice truck.
Wow, $185. That's what they cost now.
$180,000.
Wow, man. All right. So if you want that kind of a sweet spot and have a job that gets you home on the weekends and minimum $1,200 a week gross. So I mean, possibly even earn more.
Oh yeah, yep. $1,400 to $1,800 a week is not uncommon.
So you might find some 26-year-old Michael Jordan out there that has had 5 beautiful years of driving and wants to come work for a family company like this.
Yep, that's what we're shooting at.
Make some pretty good coin in this business if you like. A lot of people
If
like
you apply,
driving, right?
If you apply yourself and do the right things and are compliant with the regulations, you can do well.
Okay. Well, again, I always told you I'd be happy to learn how and but you got to come get me on the ramp.
I know it.
For the
Where the
town.
where the guys park and sleep and leave their little lights on. I see that coming to work. I see guys. How long will they sleep in a truck? Hour, 2 hours? What do they do?
Well, there's an 11-hour driving rule. The maximum a driver can drive, DOT regulations, 11 hours. They can be on duty for
in a 24-hour.
In a 24-hour period,
All right.
and they can be on duty for 14 hours.
Okay.
So they're required to take a minimum of a 10-hour break per day.
Okay.
Per 24
Makes
hours.
sense. It's not very much break, really. 10
No,
hours.
and people have different sleep patterns,
Yeah,
different
right.
sleep needs, and that is a struggle in the industry.
Yeah.
But got a lot of good people that get through it and do it right thing.
Well,
Okay.
again, it's important to be really safe and good. That's a big machine, big rig you're running around on. So,
yeah.
All right, Tim. So, what about dedicated diesel and some of the new NIL information and the recruits you brought into?
Our guys are doing wonderful. We're gearing up. We've had a lot of response on outside farmers, companies that need DOT inspections, annual inspections that have came through. We're going great guns, and those guys are doing excellent there.
And you need to get inspections every year, don't you?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. It's an annual inspection requirement on trucks and trailers, and they can come through and get a good inspection. Those guys will tell you if something's wrong, and you got to get it fixed and re-inspect and go from there.
Where do people go to get that safety sticker on their rig?
They can come to 1313 Triumph Drive in Urbana. The phone number there is 217-328-0562. Melissa is the admin there, and she'll get you set up. She's doing excellent also in keeping these guys organized. And it's just a really great turn.
And how do we reach the Timmer?
They can get me at TIMO@GFTLOG.com, 765-793-7131 at the office, or even call my cell phone at 765-505-1295.
You know, if you're 19, 20 years old and, you always look for people to train and work through sometimes. It depends.
Good opportunities.
It's hard to have 5 years of driving without being 25 to 30 years old, probably.
The insurance companies rule the world. So
Yeah,
we've
okay,
got a limit on how young somebody can be. 23 years is our insurance requirement for driving job.
Tell you what, Effingham Flaming Hearts, I mean, you're smart. Tim knows so much about so many areas. He knows some legal stuff. You've had to learn a lot about all this.
Stevie, they used to call it jack of all trades.
Yeah.
Now they call it ADHD and OCD. So
That's not true.
They gave it a different name.
Man. Come on, man. All right, so what about you fighting Illini? Pretty good.
Last night was a good game. I had to stay up and just watch it. Just it wasn't much of a game, but it was fun to watch.
It's just I love those games where you could go do the dishes, walk around, not worry about how you're going to win, and you don't get those very often in the Big Ten.
No,
pretty hard. And then of course the Tom Izzo, Jeremy Fears back kicking a guy in the groin. I say suspendable. That's what I'd say. So playing Saturday night.
I don't. I like the annoying pestering play. I don't like the harmful play.
Yeah.
I've been known to pull some hair or jab somebody in the ribs a little bit. Just to get annoying, but not to flat out hurt.
Well,
somebody.
I kind of must admit, since you brought that up, JV game once, I grabbed a guy's ankle and he was going for a loose ball and kind of tripped. And then he got a technical when he complained. The guy didn't see me grabbing his ankle.
Oh.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah.
I got cut my senior year. I deserved it. Anyway, in basketball, you just kind of. And again, I remember watching Billy Cunningham. I'm just call that bad influence because he grabbed a guy's hand and ripped it around, and the guy got a technical on that because he didn't know. Referee didn't see Billy grabbing his hand. Mm-hmm. There weren't 12 views of it. Back then, there was a camera.
Yeah.
In the early 70s. So there are a lot of things, but doing that, a back kick in a man's groin is just inexcusable.
No, I equate that up with the Oregon football player a few years ago that threw a punch at the opposing player from behind in the after the game.
Wow.
It's just
uncalled for. Yeah, you should get in trouble for that. And I think Tom Izzo is probably going to have to do something with this because the whole world now sees it on X.
Oh, yeah.
It's horrible. And Diane went, "Oh, why'd you show me that again?"
Right.
All right. Tim Onsa, thanks for coming in, brother. Appreciate
thank
it.
you, guys.
Always a pleasure. Thanks for bringing all the props, too. That was cool.
Mm-hmm.
We love show and tell. Okay, 847. When you make the right decision, it feels good, like picking the perfect accent rug or choosing a good night's sleep over an all-night crime show binge. It feels really good to make the right insurance decision, too. That's why State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow is right here in Champaign-Urbana to help you select the right protection at the right price. Kurt will make sure you understand your State Farm coverages so you'll know what to expect if the unexpected happens. Just call him when you want the real deal. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Progressive knows there are some surprisingly expensive things in life, like frames, because you found a classic 70s concert poster. But when you went to get it framed, you realized the frame will cost about 4 times the amount of the poster, which is actually absurd because no one will be looking at the frame, and if they are, then you severely overestimated how cool this poster is. But then you remember by switching your home and auto to Progressive, you could save hundreds and put it towards a classic 70s concert poster in an absurdly overpriced frame. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
It is fascinating. Somebody just texted in about what they thought Tim Onstad looked like and what he looked like. I think he's a GQ kind of guy. So
right.
But no,
when they hear you on the radio so often, they always imagine what you look like, and I think it was the flamethrower that you brought in that had people going to our sources to see it visually.
But I remember early in my career, I made a horribly, just a really bad mistake suggesting I looked like Robert Redford. And so the expectation was heightened.
Yeah.
And then I started saying, okay, I'm 5'350", and then I was taller and thinner than everybody thought.
Okay.
That's how you do that.
Well,
lower those expectations.
And as a brunette, I used to say Cindy Crawford back in the day.
See, those are grave mistakes for early broadcasting.
Exactly.
You need to say I'm 5'2", 450. And then you walk in, you go, man, you lost a lot of weight. Thanks.
That's right. Adam had just texted in, remember when the Illini's Alan Griffin stepped on a player? Pretty sure he got ejected and suspended.
Well, you cannot. If you're Tom Izzo, you're the good guy. People like you. People like Tom Izzo. I don't believe he's cheated. I think whatever. I don't think he's the kind of guy that did that stuff when you could cheat and pay people. When you weren't supposed to pay people. So Tom's in a corner. I mean, he's the guy I would expect to say, you're not playing next game. But it's a national Illinois. I don't care.
Right.
He would do that. Tom Izzo would have the backbone and the gravitas to do that, and Michigan State wouldn't bat an eye. But if he doesn't do it, you're playing a guy that shouldn't play.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot do that. So it'd be fun to hear Dan Dockich and some of those guys what they think of this. But I think it's inexcusable, horrible example for kids if he's in that game next game. He did something off the charts. You don't do that, particularly when it's so blatantly intentional. It's not a basketball play. He back kicked a guy in the groin.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible. And then particularly coming up, Dusty May saying there are 3 dangerous plays in the game. I think he tripped that Yaxel, terrific player from Michigan, Yaxel Londenberg or something. And I think that was Jeremy Fears.
Right.
So there's an issue there, and I hope that Tom Izzo reacts to that because that's all over the world. Do you want your child to play for this, ma'am? These are the kind of people that play for Tom Izzo. You got to fix it.
Yeah.
All right, let's check your weather. Here's Greg.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana vicinity. Some ups and downs in temperature for the next couple of days. A more significant thaw expected for next week, and a wetter weather pattern as well, but none too far from the old rain snow line up to the north and northwest of us. With a day today, mainly cloudy skies, a little patchy freezing fog around this morning. A couple of snow showers and flurries this afternoon could coat the ground over in areas from Champaign on northward in a few spots. High at about 27 at an increasing southwest wind. For tonight, breezy, not as cold, down to about 25, rising readings after midnight, and there'll be a few snow flurries around as well. Tomorrow, windy, not as cold, up to 38 with a mostly cloudy sky, maybe a spot of freezing rain and a snow shower in the morning, a couple of sprinkles and snowflakes later into the afternoon. We'll turn those winds into the west as well. Colder tomorrow night, low down about 12, partly cloudy and 27 the forecast high on Saturday with lighter wind, 36 on Sunday, and Monday high 41, 47 on Tuesday. Rain in the forecast for Wednesday and Thursday next week, daytime highs around 40 degrees. For CVJ Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
All right. right, we only have a few minutes left. A quick text. Am I overreacting to this guy? 217-359-2255, Fisher National Bank text line. I think the kid Jeremy Fisher should be, suspended. Whatever you want to do. I know we play them next. I know it would help us if he doesn't play.
7 o'clock Saturday night.
Yeah, right. So I'm just saying, though, when I heard first thing I said at coffee this morning at the Philo Tavern with the guys, I said, was it intentional? And then one of them sent me that, and I said, oh, that's egregious. And plus, you got to think all the 9-year-olds that are Michigan State fans wearing green. You cannot let that go as a basketball play or he did emotional. He's a star player. He probably is going to make a lot of money in basketball. But to the other team, how far do they carry? If he gets away with it, can't I? I'm mad too. I'm really ticked off. That guy's talking to me, man. He's saying inappropriate things. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of chatter on the basketball floor. But I totally think that Jeremy Fisher should be suspended for that. And I think you can go back and probably put a little montage together of plays he's made if you really want to look. The good news, I guess, is the officials will totally be watching him like never before. Mm-hmm. You've now spotlighted yourself, but it's also going to hurt Tom Izzo's legacy to allow that to stand. That's an actionable thing. I know he put him on the bench for a while, but he should not play at least the next game. I don't know, 3 games.
Well, the fact that Reynolds didn't react is what online chatter is saying. It must have not have been that bad.
Okay, so if I take a gun and shoot you in the head but miss your head, does that mean that it's okay now?
That's a little extreme.
Good news, it's okay. You missed me. Okay. No, it's the intent of what he was trying to do. Maybe he did miss. Just the fact that the other player did, but it looked like he caught him square. It just looked like this is going to be a hospitalization here.
Right.
Anyway, that's we will see. But the defenders are going to say, "Oh, come on, he's fine." No. You have to hurt the intent. The intent was absolutely to hurt the guy in the groin.
And this is Langston Reynolds, a Golden Gopher, and they were saying Izzo should have subbed him out immediately after the play.
I thought he did. I thought he went to the bench.
Oh, head coach Tom Izzo subbed him out. Okay.
Yeah.
Not should have, but did sub him out.
Yeah.
And then later he checked back in with 11:44 to go. So he was out for 2.5 minutes.
Oh, boy, that's a long time.
Michigan State was trailing 46-40 at the time. So,
well, I think Minnesota had a 16-point lead with 2 minutes to play, and they got it all the way down to 2. And just, but anyway, it's, I'm sure nothing will happen. But I think that's pretty bad to do that. Mm-hmm. All right, but again, the officials be all over them for the Illinois game. I don't want anybody to get hurt. I don't want anybody to play like that. That's just not what we're trying to do. You play hard, get up in a grill, whatever you want to do, but do it legally. Okay, Diane.
Well, enjoy the day.
Thank you. We'll meet you back tomorrow for Friday. Thank you for listening. And we'll be back tomorrow, God willing. It's coming up on 5 to 9. I'm Stevie J. That's Diane Ducey. Have a great Thursday.
Drive in, drive out. Recycling's what Max is all about. You can make some cash and do your share. We make it really simple because we care. It doesn't matter large or small. Our friendly staff will handle it all. Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this.
Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $150 into something bigger when you bet on money line, spread, totals, player props.
$150 in bonus bets when new customers bet $5. I know where I'm going to bet from now on. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Illinois. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Former Illini Terrence Shannon Jr. of the Minnesota Timberwolves about Ben Quattrone from Sarah Champagne. What kind of friend has he been?
Unbelievable. Ever since I came to this dealership, me and Ben had interactions. He's been a great person this whole time. It still is. I always would recommend him to anybody about a car or anything. He's always going to be there for you no matter what. He always be behind you. He's just a great person.
Visit SarahChampagne.com. That's SERRA Champagne.com.
The big game is here, and it's time to elevate your game with Circus Sports Illinois. Circus Sports Illinois isn't just sports betting, it's sports betting the way it should be, with no bet fee. The big game requires a big betting menu, and Circus Sports Illinois has you covered. From player props to game scenarios, Circus Sports has it all, including the fan-favorite Circus Squares menu. Instead of picking your big game squares randomly, choose your numbers and place your bets. Download the Circus Sports Illinois app or visit circusports.com. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
When time matters, proximity counts. Fly Champaign-Urbana and start your trip on schedule. American Airlines connects you through Dallas and Chicago, linking you to business centers across the U.S. and beyond with connections to over 200 destinations. Be efficient, be connected, be home sooner. Fly Champaign-Urbana Willard Airport. Local convenience, global reach.
At Pards in Urbana, the boots just keep on coming. They're known for their huge collection of men's cowboy boots, women's cowgirl boots, kids' boots, and even shoes. If you're searching for top footwear brands, look no further than Pards. They carry a wide variety, including Ariat, Dan Post, Smoky Mountain, Roper, Double H, and more. And if socks or accessories are what you need, they've got all your high-quality essentials. Since 1968, Pards has been serving their customers with high-quality merchandise. And if you haven't been to Pards in a while, a lot has changed. Go check them out just off University Avenue in Urbana.
This is Starla Carr with Provident Financial Group. There's no one-size-fits-all retirement plan. Finding the right plan for you depends on many factors. The good news is we can help you improve your retirement readiness, whatever your situation. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities offered through Raymond James Financial Services, Inc., member FINRA SIPC. Provident Financial Group is not a registered broker-dealer and is independent of Raymond James Financial Services. Investment advisory services offered through Raymond James Financial Service Advisors, Inc.
Hi, this is Steve from Good Vibes. Everybody knows the best time to buy a big TV is just before the big game. Sony, LG, and Samsung are all on sale, but if you need more reasons, 1. The NFL playoffs up to the big game will be fast and furious. New sets handle motion better than ever. 2. Have you seen the Illini play basketball? Coach Underwood's squad is playing some of the best round ball since the Flying Illini, leading us to number 3. In March, you'll have the NCAA tournament. Illinois could go deep. Can you read the names on their jerseys? Even Stojakovic? Number 4, also in March, opening day for MLB. The brighter mini-LED TVs are perfect for those daytime games. 5, PGA tournaments are already underway. Does your TV display perfect green? Oh, and number 6, the Winter Olympics. Figure skating looks fantastic on an OLED TV. Fine print, the deals are good through February 8th, so get to Good Vibes or gvibes.com and click Big Deals and see all the action like you're in the stadium.
Hi, I'm Troy Lands from Lands Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Right now at Lands, it's a great time to buy a new Trane heating and cooling system. We are offering special financing or up to $1,500 off any qualifying Trane system. At Lands, we know what it takes to deliver exceptional comfort, and we offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee. So if you are thinking of a new comfort system, now is the time to buy. And remember, it's hard to stop a Trane. I'm Troy Lands, and you can count on my company because you can count on me.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.